Everyone has their 9/11 story, but nobody else in this state anyway has a story that involves being governor of Alabama on September 11th, 2001, except Governor Don Siegelman, who's with us this morning to talk about his experience leading the state through such a terrible day and time. Governor, thank you for your time, first of all. And I can't imagine what it must be like to reflect 20 years later on what happened that day, the aftermath of it, the decisions you had to make. What is your 9/11 story?
You know, it's hard to talk about 9/11 without thinking of the victims, the innocents whose lives were taken that day. Not only those in the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, but also those who were on flight 93, I believe it was, that took down the plane to save the lives of others. So first, I think we need to think of them and their families who are still suffering. But it was a strange day. My wife, the First Lady, was in New York on her way back to Alabama. I was in a state jet on my way to Washington, D.C. when we were forced to land before we got to Reagan International. And when we got to this little small FBO, this small airport, we turned on the television in time to see the second plane crash into the South Tower. But it was so surreal and so shocking, you know, it was hard to grasp what was really going on. Why were these people attacking us? What had we done? And of course, over time, we came to realize that, that this was a theocratic, a religious and political power attack, and we had to respond.
Where are we as a country, do you think, compared to 20 years ago today? Well,
the country has evolved. I think the country is more secure, certainly, with the way we handle searches at the airport, to the way we monitor the internet for terrorist chatter and activity. Certainly our national intelligence is more alert. So the country itself, I think, is more secure. That does not mean that we're not subject to continued terrorist threats. And it's likely that we will have to meet those threats with force.
I've heard President Bush compare 9/11 to Pearl Harbor in the way that one day it really will become a date on the calendar to so many generations that didn't experience it and don't have an emotional connection to it. What would you say to someone who's younger, who either wasn't alive or doesn't remember 9/11, as to why it should be important to them, why they should remember it, what should they take away from it?
9/11 equates to the attack on Pearl Harbor, in that innocent American citizens' lives were taken. There were heroes in both battles. And I think it's important for young people to learn and to study about it, but to remember this is a day for us to remember and honor those who gave their lives to protect others.
Governor Siegelman was in office that day. 20 years later, we're thankful for your reflections and your commemoration of it. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you, Joe.
You can find his book. It's called Stealing Our Democracy at local bookstores and on Amazon.com.